The Founding Fathers were a group of philosophers, political thinkers, and writers who fought in the American Revolution against the British and ultimately formed the United States of America. The names of the Founding Fathers are John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and George Washington. Today, I am going to give you an introduction into the accomplishments of the Founding Fathers and what they mean to America's history. George Washington was one of the most famous and influential of the Founding Fathers. Also, he was the first president of the United States. Before his presidency, Washington was known for his military prowess as a general. This painting shows General Washington and renowned revolutionary Marquis Lafayette at Washington's encampment at Valley Forge. This was one of his calculated strongholds, surrounded by natural cover where he kept his soldiers protected, trained, and warm through the brutal winter. Alexander Hamilton was a statesman and famous thinker. He rose from being an orphan on a poor island to an extremely valued and intelligent asset to the Americans in the war. He was also the right-hand man of George Washington and was seen by most as his true successor. Hamilton wrote the Federalist Papers and the Articles of the Confederation almost entirely by himself. These later evolved into the most important government document in the United States of America, the Constitution. Thomas Jefferson was a statesman, diplomat, lawyer, and architect, and ultimately became the third president of the United States. Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence and was a key role in the ethics that the United States was founded on. The Declaration of Independence was a statement to the British to show them that the United States was not under their control. It declared America as 13 independent states. One of the most famous quotes ever comes from the Declaration, and it reads, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." This painting is of the Committee of Five, which included John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin. This committee was chosen to present the Declaration of Independence at the Second Continental Congress on July 4th, 1776. James Madison was another philosopher, thinker, and lawyer who would end up becoming the fourth president of the United States. Madison was given the name Father of the Constitution for his involvement in the writing process for both the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. He was also known for the founding of what we know today as the Republican Party. John Jay was an American statesman, patriot, and negotiator. He was the man behind the Treaty of Paris to end the Revolutionary War. He held a large number of positions in early American government and is generally seen as one of the most important figures in early America. Benjamin Franklin was one of the great minds of the 18th century. He was extremely intelligent and had a hand in so many different developments at the time. He was a political figure, a writer, a scientist, and an inventor. It's hard to say what his most important accomplishment was, but the most famous was his lightning rod, to prove that lightning was in fact electricity. This concludes my introduction on the Founding Fathers and their accomplishments. There's so much more to learn about this subject, and we didn't even scratch the surface. I encourage you to look more into the history of the Founding Fathers on your own, because it is both interesting and still relevant today.